Hello, good morning. I'm Queen Jane Tobin. I'm here to reflect on our final music production and to talk about my reflection. So I'll start on task 1, which is our rationale. In my final music production, my rationale for my final music production is I talked about in my doing research. I did research about different genres of music. We learned and I did research about different genres of music. So my genre of music is classical jazz music, and also we learned about different job roles, and they talk about record rebels and health and safety, and the project concept. The concept of aims of my project is going to focus on my production and performance. And my evaluation, my ongoing activity will focus on my final project, which is production of six classical songs on EP and perform 2 live songs. So, and then on my task 2.2, brief history of jazz music. So my genres of jazz music is classical jazz music, and is originated from New Orleans in America in 1920s and during the jazz age. And the difference between my genre of music with other genres are we are very creative and also multitasking in instrumental like saxophone, electric guitar, and drum bass and piano. So we use more instrumental to kind of to improve with our vocals, to boost with our vocals when performing. So we use different instruments. Okay, so and during from 1920s to during jazz era to this our era, we are still being creativity in jazz, in my genres, and also in using multi instrumental to produce music. So I'm going to talk about task 2.3, my strength and weakness. So from this, my reflection on my strength and weakness in my final music production. My strength is I'm goal oriented, and I'm focused. I'm a focused individual, and an independent, reflective thinker. And I work to complete I like to work and have focus on my time management to be able to make sure my work is done properly and complete in time, and be consistent and be patient with myself. My weakness, because there's always room to improvement. So I would say is to complete on time management, to work with the time reading while working on my logic for chorus to rhyme with the beat, which I've all improved, but like I said, there's always room for improvement. So for task that's for task 2.3 for strength and weakness. So for task 2, so I'm going to talk about I reflect on my biography. So my biography, I'm Queen Jane, like I said earlier, and I'm a singer and a songwriter born in Nigeria, British citizen. So I grew up listening to classical jazz music and influenced by Van Shaka from South Africa, and also late Michael Jackson. So I love listening to classical jazz music, rock, pop, and gospel. So for task 4, research, we did a primary research and secondary research. In primary research, it's like what you're doing at that present time and how you're researching. So some example of primary research we use is like ADSR, which is attack, decay, and sustain and retain. So we did the attack, decay, sustain and retain. The sound is like the sound that sustains the state of a sound at its maximum intensity, and it says the steady amplitude level produced when a key is held down. So in secondary research, we did is like what somebody else has done, and then you kind of research it and see how their work is being done and reference on it, which we can sometimes, we have some terminologies we use also in secondary reverb, which is, it is ambiguous accusative effect that consistently surrounds, by which occurs when the sound waves amplify from some source bounce of the surface within a space of various times, creating a series of audible reflections. Okay, so that's the one. And then that's we'll talk about task 3 by using like SMART, which is specific and measurable, and the attainable, relevant, and timely. So I have to be specific on producing my 4 classical jazz music and R&B with 2 gospel songs, so making it 6 an EP, for my final music production, and also measurable, being able to deliver on time, and being attainable for it to be achieved, and relevant is being achievable, and timely, make sure it's on time. So on the 4, we've done that's the task 3. Task 4, we'll talk about research already, the primary and secondary research, and then task 5 is production and performance. So I'm going to produce 6 classical songs on EP, and then perform 2 live songs, Hello Everybody, classical, musical, and We Are Boys and Girls. And also in task 5, we did collaborate with our peers, whereby I did the chorus, and my peers in project activity under the project 5, they did Derek, he did the beats, and me and Rio did brainstorming of the verse and the chorus, and I sang the chorus, and the Suso and the Baron and Daniel did the rap. So it was well presented. So we work on studio, use some instruments on the studio to produce it. So okay, task 6 is our reflection and evaluation. So on 15th April, we did final music production, and we collaborated with our peers in music creation with my peers. And on 18th April, we did individual on researching on our genres of music. And the 19th April, we did voice recording on studio. And on 22nd April, we did play the music to our peers. On 24, we arranged all the works we've done and submitted it, and submitted it. We did it on Sway and submitted it. And then on 26th April, under task 6, we gave constructive criticism to each group, and they had peers feedback from our peers to improve to help us for our future reference, and also to reflect on it on our improved performances. And then on 29th April, we started working on our independent music to proceed and work actively on project activity. So that's it for reflection. Thank you.